Hello, everybody. I apologize for the long starting screen. How are we doing tonight? OBS is already misbehaving itself, so that's not a great sign. I'll keep an eye on that. But yes, we are back with some more Fate Extra. The Holy Grail War has ended. But there's still things for us to do. What's that all about? Hi, Ella. Okay, bye, Ella. I'm going to shut off my keyboard. After winning the fight, I returned to the now lifeless school. Almost all the people are gone. I'm the only master. I'm the last living human in this tournament. If human is the right word. Even all the NPCs that used to be here are now gone. There's no more use for them. The Holy Grail War ends here. Only the master and servant who won the Holy Grail War remain. +1 system anomaly. In any case, the path to the Holy Grail will open for the winner. Where could it be? While thinking about how annoying looking for it would be. Congratulations. You have crushed the dreams of all the other magi. That is to say, you have won. Hello, Deco! Thank you for the follow! Welcome, welcome! The Holy Grail War ends here. A voice echoes through the speakers. It's a voice I've heard before. It was the voice I heard when I met my servant at the very end of the preliminaries. It's the guide created by the Holy Grail War system. It must be based on a real person, too. The path to the Holy Grail is open to you, Victor. Pass through the door to the battlefield once more. I still don't have any answers. Maybe they will come once I get to the Holy Grail. I say as if I don't know who this is. Let's go talk to Nero, see what she has to say. The time has finally come to leave the Seraph and head to the core of the moon cell. I shall miss this place, even this room, but it can't be helped. Life is a series of hellos and goodbyes. I recommend you make your final goodbyes now. We should, go see if Rin is in her usual place on the roof. Seems to be running a bit slowly. She's not here. Oh, I think if we want to fight the super boss, now is probably the time to locate her as well. So we should probably do that. I don't actually know where to go to find her. Nobody down here. Nobody down this way, but what if I go into the library? Actually, I should check the multimedia room. Not that they ever let us in there. But maybe that's where the super boss is. Is the multimedia room? Nope. Okay. Oh, hello, Kirei. Aren't you the eager student, even though you no longer have need of a teacher? Or are you that fond of me? No, I'm not. In fact, I'm pretty done with this bitter priest. But, like it or not, he has always been instrumental to my training and advancement. Even though he's nothing more than an AI, I wanted to say goodbye. You're a good student. Very well. Goodbye. Let me offer some final advice. It is not brief, but the Holy Grail won't be going anywhere. Advice? What advice could the father have now that the fighting is over? This isn't to guide you through a fight, but to enlighten you about what you will receive shortly. It may be fairly late in the game to ask this, but what do you know of the Holy Grail? I already know the basics to it. It is a supercomputer within the moon meant to observe, also known as the Moon Cell Automaton. It is an archive that has recorded the history of Earth, or rather, mankind, since antiquity. And Magi fought to the death to determine ownership of it. That's good for starters. Still, you need to know a few more details. As the last master, you ought to know. Oh geez, Kirei, how much are you gonna make me read in your deep-ass voice? That crystal is the Moon Cell. Only in the past century has it become called the Holy Grail. An all-purpose wishing machine. Just a heads up, the game audio is a little choppy. Yeah, it is sometimes. If it's the full stream audio, OBS is having some issues today, so I'm keeping an eye on it. If it gets too bad, I'll end stream early, most likely. But the game itself, it just runs bad. There's not really anything I can do about it as far as I know. An all-purpose wishing machine. Who decided the Moon Cell would only observe, I wonder? Forcing other functions upon what is primarily an observation device is generally impossible there. Just the game, just wanted to make sure I knew. Yeah, it's choppy on my end too, so... But the all-seeing eye is lacking the rest of its head. Though all-seeing, the Moon Cell is not a god. It obeys the laws of physics like everything else. Such as the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. What? Phenomena that are not observed do not exist. By the same token, all things that are seen must be seen. Even things that are not generally considered to exist. The Moon Cell is a very complete database. It records many ifs as well. With such operational power, the Moon Cell can both elucidate the past and provide foresight. What you are heading towards is knowledge of the future. A place where every human wish and desire exists. A place to spy upon the future, on that terrible knowledge, much like what Laplace envisioned. The moon has no will of its own. Intelligence is a distortion of pure observation, after all. But if someone with a will could harness the Moon Cell, they would see all of their wishes granted. The validity of one's motives, or even the very presence of motive, is inconsequential. All that matters is that the winner of the Holy Grail War is strong. Just strength. An amoral priest like Kotomine would reduce human struggle to that. Does the Mooncell Holy Grail desire strength? Or is that the conclusion reached by whoever created this priest? You know what, let me close some stuff and see if that helps. I don't think it helped. That is all. Oh, there was something else here. Did it help? Okay. What all of you have been crawling over is nothing more than the Mooncell's surface. Go forth, reigning master. Deep in the moon, the ring of fire awaits your answer. I will wait in front of the arena. If you find it hard to leave the Mooncell, come find me. It's not too bad. You've caught a bunch of streams and just noticed today. Yeah, sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's not. It's quite inconsistent. Congratulations, Hakuno. It made me very happy that you kept coming to see me throughout the Holy Grail War. Even if I didn't have much of a presence in the game. Oh, Sakura! But if that's the role the Mooncell wished for me, it would be silly to complain. Alright, my parting gift to you will be a lunch. Huh? Please don't make that face. I haven't put anything strange into it. Alright then. I wish you the best of luck. Sakura's supreme lunch! Thank you, Sakura. I will cherish this. Don't stress, the voice acting is crystal clear at least. Well, that's good. Oh my god, everything is so dark, I straight up can't see shit. Toko, do you have any idea where the super boss is? Your fight's over? I see, so it's to be an exchange of info? Aren't you the perceptive one? Toko! Want to do an alteration? No, I don't have anything to do there. I'm not even sure if she's available now or after the final proper boss fight. I might look it up if I don't find anything that obviously leads to her. Oh, hey, Bryn. Well, let's go. We've come this far. Let's see it through to the end. Oh no. She seems to see no problem with coming with me. I'm not going to object. She's good to have along. Let me prepare a little bit more. Let me go run around and explore and see everything. OMG, Aoko's here? Yeah. The Holy Grail War has ended, and all that remains is to proceed to where the Holy Grail lies. Upon our arrival, something's taking place that we do not understand. There is no reason for the system NPC to know anything more, but with our preparation, we should be fine. The shop and church will be usable. Go if you feel the need. If you want more training, you can feel free to use the arena as it has been reopened. Oh, neat. You no longer have to observe the 6-day prep period. Come and go as you please. So, you will go to the arena? Not right now, but that's good to know. I see. If you feel you are ready, go forth to the Holy Grail. Good to know. Good to know. Did I pull it all for FGO anniversary? I most certainly did. And I got... Okay, we're back. Oh geez, it's really bad though. Hold. Okay, we might be good now? Anyways, the rest of my Saint Courts I am holding on to for CL and, Summer Tlaloc. Because I like her. And I hope I managed to pull, BB Dubai as well, because she's the 5-star that, Tlaloc's banner is. She's the 5-star on that banner. But, she's not my top priority. Okay, I'm going to very quickly look up when this boss is available. This super boss. Oh, she's only available on New Game Plus? Okay. Shit. Okay, so I guess we're not, fighting her on this run. Oh well, good to know. Same for Tlaloc and CL? Heck yeah. And yes, I did say that I got Spacer Eshkigal with, about 400 Saint Courts. 420 Saint Courts. Blaze it. Which was about half of what I had at the time. So that was very nice. Hi! Welcome back! Spent about 400 too? Nice! Okay. Let us proceed. The entrance to the battlegrounds is still the same dreary elevator. This same elevator travels to the arena, but the display indicates a much greater depth. Rin lost belt 6 right now, so you've been watching my streams while you play. Oh god, I love Lost Belt 6. It is so good. Peak fiction. I hope you enjoy it. Appreciate the Fate Extra streams a lot. You are welcome. I'm enjoying playing it for the first time, even if the gameplay can be a little bit frustrating sometimes. Once I'm inside, the doors close heavily and the rectangular box begins to move. You know, everyone has been hyping it up. Yeah. It's a fan favorite chapter for a reason. Whoa. Dude, this environment.
思えばなかなかに得難い戦いの連続だったな。わずか7戦とはいえ、それぞれが特徴に満ちたものだった。まあ、共にするのはこの私である。相手は人類史に冠たる英傑たちなのだから、無難なものになるはずもないのだが。出会ったばかりの頃のそなたを思うと、つい頬が緩む。あのひな鳥がよくここまで成長してくれた。世は自分のことばかりで、人を導くことはついぞなかった。導いたつもりでも、それは誤った多くの人生を踏みにじるものだった。だからこそ今は嬉しい。そなたはもうどこに出しても恥じることのない立派なマスターだ。唯一しくじったと思うのは、そなたの欲のなさだな。そなたは聖杯にかける願いはないという。それは間違いだ。実現するかしないかは別として、願いあっての人間だ。世を見るがいい。英霊となった後もこうして人生を楽しんでいる。そしてだ。今の世の楽しみは、そなたの笑顔を見ることだ。それくらい良い戦いだったのだ。人を愛するばかりで愛されたことがない私にとって、
Nero!
実に得難い戦いだった。人に思われるというのは良いものだな。では参ろう、我が思い人よ。この先に何があろうと、そなたには軽やかであってほしい。そのためなら私はいかなる攻めくにも耐えてみせよう。
Nice. Melusine Castoria is your core? Yeah, Castoria is absolutely broken. It's so funny. For a very long time, Merlin was the, like, infamous busted support, and then Castoria came around and just blew him out of the water. And now it's been, what, like 5 years? And she's still reigning supreme? Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa. Probably not 5 years. I don't know, maybe. The Lost Spell era lasted a really long time. You're 1 year in FGOs this week? Oh, heck yeah. Just got really lucky with your starting courts timing. Yeah. I started way back towards the end of the first year of the English server. It was like spring of the first year. So that was also a really good time to have started playing, just because it makes it easy to keep up with story stuff. I didn't have a ton of catching up to do. Feel no urge to catch up except maybe 10th anniversary. Just loving the story and characters right now. That is the way. Take it at your own pace. I don't think this game is going anywhere anytime soon. It's an incredibly vast room. Actually, a space so cavernous could hardly be called a room. It is also strangely barren, save for the alien object that dominates the center of the space. It resembles a giant floating eye. Though it doesn't seem threatening, it is still somewhat disconcerting. The artifact of an alien civilization. The reason for its creation is beyond human comprehension. Chills, it's the craft essence! It is! The core of the moon cell and the base of the seraph. The holy grail of the seven heavens, responsible for creating the seven seas. And in the space where the holy grail is enshrined, I can feel a sense of discord and dissonance. In front of the holy grail is a jumble of skewed stone pillars, which only adds to the tumultuous atmosphere. Speaking of craft essences, on the top of that pile of stone sits the lone figure of a man. He looks to be in his late 20s at most. His expression is blank enough to be totally unmemorable, but as an NPC, he doesn't need to make an 2030 man himself.
待っていたよ。おめでとう。君が聖杯戦争の勝者だ。祝祭の一つでもあげたかったが、あいにくここにはそんな機能はなくてね。勝ち抜いた甲斐はないだろうが、私からの拍手だけで勘弁してくれ。
How come you get to be fully voiced?
これだけは言える。私は誰よりも君を認め、君を称え、君を誇りに思っている。君こそが幾度も繰り返された聖杯戦争の中で最も素晴らしいマスターなのだと。
While he seems friendly, there is something more dangerous about him than any of my other opponents. It's a feeling of nothingness. There is something very strange about the man in front of me. There is someone else here. That man has a servant with him. At the same time he mentions his servant, I can feel Rin tense up as she shoots a glare in his direction. Watch out, Hakuno. This guy isn't an NPC. He's a master. But why would a master be here? The war is over and the only master left standing should be you. Okay, so you're not fully voiced. Well, to be absolutely accurate, I could just as easily say that you're a master who shouldn't be here too. How can a master who was defeated still be alive and present in this place? I must look into this later. Well, that's an issue for another day. At least one rule will still be enforced. Only one master may leave. And unfortunately, you are the one who will disappear. I advise you to enjoy what little time you have left. Now that's settled. I'm pretty sure the question on your mind is, what are you, right? A pertinent question worthy of an answer. Of course, I am both an NPC and a master. To be more accurate, I should say, I was. Was? You mean you became a master after being an NPC? That's... She briefly glances my way, her eyes wide with shock. I'm not the first of my kind. I suppose a more thorough explanation is necessary. The story's kind of long, but please bear with me. First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Twice H. Peaceman, but please, just call me Twice. What? I have thought this for a long time. What kind of name is Twice? Sometimes the names in Fate are... Twice? I thought you being a cyber ghost was just an urban legend, but to think it's actually true. Everything I've learned about you paints you as a person who hated war and was dedicated to saving lives. This massacre, you of all people should detest this war, but considering how you are now, it's so ironic considering we get to fight in the war twice. So that's how history sees me. That I detested war. That part is definitely true. I hate war and will not tolerate its existence in any form. Not even the Harways are exempt from this fact. However, that truth only scratches the surface of my beliefs. Much like the moon cell, it seems that a single well-known function has erroneously defined my true ideals. It began when I was a student and obsessed with the history of humanity. I will never forget the many shocking realizations I received during the course of my studies. The betrayals that make up history, combined with severe shell shock, gave him an abnormal hatred of war. Allow me to clarify. By him, I mean Twice Peaceman, and he was, in fact, incredibly ill. When he saw any image depicting war, he was overcome with overwhelming panic attacks. It was almost as if he would get severe heart palpitations, and his blood pressure would skyrocket. From that day he, meaning me, was consumed with an unease that became almost painful in its intensity. Even after becoming a scientist, he still risked death to save others because of that unbearable pain. That's the whole of it. What drove him during his time in the mortal coil was not a sense of righteousness. What drove me was one simple question. Why was I the only one who seemed to hate war? As I said, Twice was ill. There was no reason for him to risk his life so foolishly on the battlefield. Why did I involve myself in war? Was it to understand it better? Especially considering the effect war had on me? Even while struggling with those questions, my mortal self still irrationally kept going into battle. And in the year 1999, a horrible neurological disease broke out in a city located in the Far East. Based on the available evidence, the cause of the outbreak was a biological weapon created by terrorists. Twice was called to the city to treat the victims of the attack. When he was caught in a major attack himself, text comes onto the screen too slowly. According to records made available to the public, the death toll was set at 5,000 people. The moon cell puts the real count at 8,200. As you can see, the government underreported the number a tad. I can see the exhaustion in his eyes. He seems to think his story is no more than an amusing anecdote. Although it's hard to tell if he's amused by the government's possible cunning or total incompetence. Anyway, that's when the person I am patterned after, died. Twice ended up one of those 8,200. Something strange. I remember seeing the place where he died, as if I too was one of those many victims. I can recall the sight of buildings set aflame, but when I was Twice, it was a scene I had experienced before. It was then that the mortal Twice, the person I was, recaptured the repressed memories of his childhood. In the 1970s, there was a clash of ethnic groups, arranged by major powers as a war by proxy. Twice was orphaned in the conflict. The place I remembered was hell. Everything around me was collapsing. Everything fell without any sense of morality and without any acknowledgement of the value of life. And there lies its brilliance. The young Twice must have concluded that life itself was truly a miracle. All that remained of that epiphany I've already told you. Anyway, Twice was adopted and became a doctor. And though I tried to forget the past, that one fundamental truth was burned forever into my soul. Twice despised war more, and it became his intent to kill war itself. I got involved in war in order to end it. However, at the core of my very being wasn't a denial of the meaning of war. It wasn't that at all. Twice had seen many battlefields, the never-ending hell, the horrific evil perpetuated by humanity. A group of soldiers made to fight against an army many times their size, that was far more experienced and supplied. Forced to flee from guerrillas, a girl of 5 travels on foot through a jungle that few could hope to survive. Innocent victims of violence who rebuilt their village and their lives without help from anyone. I find that odd. Even though I hated war, I saw a great deal of strength emerge from the conflicts I witnessed. Now that I think on it, the mortal me was the same. All of Twice's great works were born of war. The many revelations, the uncounted number of rescues, none would have happened without the hell that is war. I think you are, taking the wrong thing away from all of this, my man. All the mortal me really did was bring back a number of things from the depths of hell. And in the end, I was a victim of terrorist attack. But as I was dying, it all came back to me. I saw the burned fields of my home and recalled the tenacity that helped me go on, even as everyone else died. Yes, 3 seconds before my heart stopped, I finally received an answer to my question. It was never denial. What drove that Twice repeatedly into hell was because I, who eventually fell victim to violence, could no longer consider war the ultimate folly of mankind. Nothing can be hidden from the moon cell, and it records all it observes, including my final thoughts. As time went on, I was reborn as an NPC based on the record of my mortal life, just like any other NPC here. They may appear human, but are nothing more than puppets playing assigned roles. I was the same. However, he managed to gain self-awareness. But how? And why? Maybe interacting with so many masters combined with my skills as a Spiritron hacker pushed me into consciousness. More likely, it was just an anomaly born from a single near impossibility. How it happened, I cannot say. However, once I gained true consciousness, the only thing I could do was act as Twice Peaceman would. The dream that I saw as I died, the ideal that existed only in my mind, I now exist only to make it a reality. So what was the dream that the mortal Twice saw as he died? Endless war, of course. To see mankind engage in a grand war of mutual extinction. He says this last statement in a matter-of-fact tone. There's no hint of insanity visible in his eyes. Naturally, and with obvious sincerity, he can somehow utter such a statement of absolute madness. The future has been corrupted. That is the conclusion I've come to after studying the moon cell's records. Anyone with a brain can see that the world is doomed. Humankind has long since passed its adolescent stage. Man was still maturing in the 1900s. A balance was struck between penury? I don't know what that word is. And prosperity, but it didn't last. The period of immaturity ended, but the golden age that should have followed never occurred. You do realize this, right? What has happened to the planet and its people should never have come to be. The spirit of mankind has stagnated, just as the world has. The future is rotting away like an overripe fruit. When that fruit should be at its best, it has fallen to the ground. That's not the way history should be. That is how Rin and Leo described the world. A place of peace, stupefying stagnation, and entropy. But is war really the answer? Because it is the most efficient way for mankind to progress. Stability and stasis only act to preserve a species. If the objective of modern man is merely survival, then there is no reason for them to exist. In my previous life, a great many lives and resources were consumed for the sake of convenience. Why? What was the need for such prosperity? Prosperity is just an illusion and exists only for its own sake. I expect that you agree with me. Humans are capricious creatures that must feed on dreams to evolve. The preliminaries illustrate this truth in an artificial piece.
White woman spotted.
Hello, Mumbus. Welcome, welcome. Ignorant aggressors revel in idleness. Humans can only mature after breaking free from their idleness. That seems to be the case for you. Welcome on in to Twice's Yap session. Twice wears thrice. Good question. And now, ideologies are based on the detritus of an ignoble and forgotten past. That loss can't be overcome. I cannot allow such ideas to become the foundation of the next epoch of human civilization. Don't you agree? If the future isn't worth the suffering of the past, that would make man mere murderers. For the humans who lived in the distant past, the future that man is now planning cannot be accepted. The future that will be is a mistake. Humanity has not spent countless lives for the society that is to come. But we cannot reverse time. Since going back is impossible, there is no choice but to move forward. With that in mind, we will recreate the wars of the past and revise the history of the last 100 years. Also, congrats on 100 followers. I got 100 followers! I didn't even notice. Heck yeah! By having everyone fight in a war of survival, mankind's consciousness will be forced onto the correct path. I will have to, come up with something special to do. My wish has become a firm conviction. As the winner of the Holy Grail War, your existence is proof of that. Come again? Hold up a second. What in the hell is that supposed to mean? That was you? Indeed, it would be you. Who is the 100th follower here on Twitch? Rin looks at me with flames in her eyes, as if demanding an explanation, but I'm just as in the dark as she is. Originally, the Holy Grail War was a way for the Moon Cell to gather data. I think Twice is already doing the 100 follower special. Ah yes, the 100 follower special. Kill Beto's voice. It didn't even have a name at first. The Moon Cell only wanted the best data samples. Having a war of survival was a good way to separate the chaff. However, up until now, the Magi who came here made excuses for their actions, but still killed, then fled. Truly an atrocity, wouldn't you say? Until I won, this world was buried under a mountain of corpses. After all, being an NPC, I get the luxury of continuing on even if I die. I watched their fights as an NPC, and when I became conscious, I fought battles of my own, weak though I was. After several dozen fights, I finally reached this elevated seat. After that, my story becomes simpler. Manipulating the rules of this place, I created the Holy Grail War. A battle of survival from which only a single person may emerge victorious. I remade this world into a place where the limits of human potential can be pushed beyond one's imagination. And then you appeared. The weakest master in the tournament, you managed to defeat the king of the world. You were totally unsuited for this ordeal in the beginning, just as I was. As a nameless figure drawn from masses, you've become the one in whose hands rests the fate of the world. I just go here, man! Your soul's been tempered by crisis and conflict. Your new strength is a testament to the potential of man. When mankind reaches the heights you have, they will move forward, clearing a path for those yet to come. Now, it's time for you to claim the Grail for your own. You've earned the right to show the world the true path. Shout out so that all can hear you say that war is necessary, that humanity can and must evolve quickly. Just input this one little phrase into the moon cell. Don't stop. After that, you can do whatever you wish. Whether you become a king or a god is up to you. You have my blessing, as your choice will bring endless war. The wounds suffered by humanity after losing countless lives in endless conflicts run deep. And if the only reward for such suffering is stagnation, then humanity deserves to be cast into a new void. Some sacrifices cannot go unheeded. Mankind must be inflicted with wounds that they will never forget. Oh my god, dude. I actually understand where you're coming from. As I remain paralyzed by doubt, Rin begins to speak, her apparent calm belied by the heat in her eyes. Your story was interesting, but it left one question unanswered. It's about you winning the war in the past. You never once mentioned making a wish on the Holy Grail. Why? Why have her make your wish for you? An excellent question. The answer is that I can't. If I touched the Holy Grail, my wish would be rejected. According to the moon cell, my existence is considered nothing more than an irregular data stream. I can fool the low-level processes, but if I access the core, I'd be seen as an NPC and immediately deleted. My victories would mean nothing. I need a legitimate master, someone who can make my wish a reality. Anomalous data would be deleted. What emotion did her words express? Her mumbling sounded very much like a dejected sigh. The girl beside me shuts her eyes for a moment and then directs her gaze at Twice, as if to deny the obvious. That's why I've stopped here. I've been waiting for years at the gate to the core, awaiting one I deem worthy. Upon reflection, I wasted a great deal of time. I was able to plant the seeds of war on Earth from here by manipulating and manufacturing information. But it was a case of too little, too late. Also, my methods were unreliable and on too small of a scale. Instances of terrorism and violence have skyrocketed recently, so you're the cause of it all. With full access to the Moon Cell's records and my ability to divine the future, I can bring about Armageddon. Of course, I don't intend for everyone to die. I simply wish to instigate a war that anyone can survive. You can see it through the gate. There lies the moon's core, an object made from the purest photonic crystal. The results of the simulations of Earth's future... Oh my god. Is this the same as the anime ending? Not exactly. I don't actually remember exactly how Last Encore ends, but it's a little bit different. Drink some water. Last Encore ending is different from this one? Yeah. The results of the simulations of Earth's future run by the Moon Cell are stored as light within the core. A friend of mine is actually working on a video about Last Encore, which I will likely be promoting when it's finished and uploaded, because I love Last Encore. The one who reaches the core has the right to choose the course of the future from infinite possibilities. I'm sure you understand now. Whoever claims the Moon Cell can manipulate reality as they see fit. We love Nero? Heck yeah, we love Nero in this house. This object, which envisioned an infinite number of possible futures, can reshape the fabric of reality. If what he says is true, then the Holy Grail could accurately be considered the mind and will of God. Last Encore robbed me. We could have gotten a Tamamo anime. Hey, I mean, Tamamo's got the Foxtail manga, though. Maybe they'll make an anime out of Foxtail one day. Probably not, but maybe. Nothing is impossible. It is truly an object of unimaginable power with infinite possibilities. Yes, you do understand. It has many other names. The Photonic Abyss, Angelica Cage, take your pick. Imagine they make an anime of CCC and not change the dialogue. Oh man, that would be an anime for sure. That would be something. You have earned the right to claim it as your own. Now, please proceed. Unleash the perfect storm upon the world, to undo the lie of stability, rewrite history as I have said. Why is this man so confident that I'm going to agree with him? Twice looks in my direction, an expression of earnest confidence reflected on his face. Almost as if he is sure that I share his belief that war is the answer. This man, while despising war and violence, could not ignore the immediate results that war brings. This supposed comrade, who gained strength through fighting, much like I did, clears a path for me. It's the glasses. Glasses to glasses communication. However, I didn't come here to wish for death. The masters who have fought and died in the Holy Grail, every one of them in the Holy Grail War, should say, every one of them had a wish of their own. There were many types of masters, the selfish and the altruistic, the sympathetic and the despised. But each and every one of them was sincere in their desire. I'm positive this is true of every master. I cut many of them down in battle and destroyed their dreams, and now here I stand. At first, nothing I wanted had any value. I bear the responsibility for all of the wishes that have been lost. The worth of their wishes has no bearing, but to abandon one's dreams is an unforgivable sin. Your conclusion is overly sentimental, don't you think? I expected that, but still, give it a bit more thought. Servant, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this matter. Do you think I'm evil and should be eradicated?
Don't be ridiculous. Good and evil, right and wrong. None of these things have any meaning. Those of any substance always move forward, even as they suffer the consequences of their mistakes. Spilling the blood of others, even as they shed their own, they prove their worth through their deeds. That is the way humanity has always been, and will always be. It is utter stupidity to think that beauty only comes from a delusional sense of righteousness. Saber speaks to Twice in her normal, indifferent, slightly superior tone, but a slight edge starts creeping in. Good and evil are one and the same. It just depends on which side you stand. Your ideals mean nothing to me. But I do have one question I wish to ask of you. You claim to have been here for a long time. There must have been others who've come before us. What happened to all of the previous winners?
Good question. Now that I think about it, there should be some sign of those who came before me. They were incapable of seeing my point of view, or more accurately, they didn't see the value of my dream. Twice looks meaningfully at the pillars in the surrounding area. His answer couldn't be any clearer. The pillars gathered together are their gravestones.
I see. You reward the victors not with the garland, but with the poisoned chalice. That fact alone is enough to make you an enemy of mine.
Saber draws her sword. Like her, I can't excuse his actions, even if it means becoming another stone pillar. I don't understand. Unlike any other human, you are the embodiment of everything I believe in. That might seem to be the case, but even if we walk the same path, our feelings may be completely opposite. I must have died in the same incident that took Twice. However, I learned different lessons in my death. Sadly for you, you cannot escape. Only a single master may leave the moon cell once they've made it here. Once the participants have been reduced to one, permission is granted to leave the Seraph. This is one thing I cannot change. The moon cell has made this rule a fundamental requirement for entry. In other words, there's still you and me. As long as both of us exist, neither can escape this place. So there is no path open to you but the one that leads to the Holy Grail. And given your capricious nature, I can't relax yet. There's no guarantee your potential will shine through. The world has reached its limit as well. Soon it will be too late to overcome the stagnation of man. However, Twice Peaceman is wrong. If the moon cell automatically erased irregular data, I cannot go inside. Just like Twice, if I pass through that gate, I will be eliminated. And if Twice somehow wins, he will gain nothing. In the end, no one will win this fight. But even knowing that, I'm not big on brainwashing, as it can end in self-destruction, but your spirit might survive the process. It doesn't matter to me if you resist. If you want your wish to come true, you'll have to defeat me anyway. And such is destiny. At the end of things, this is the conclusion we arrive at. Now then, it's time to bring this chapter in the Holy Grail War to a close. To the victor goes the spoils. That is the way of humanity. Something that will never change.
生死のかかった戦いでこそ人は精神を成
Thank you.
長させうる。人類にとって私は悪である。だが生命とは天輪するもの。善を生かすために、子に救いをもたらすために、私はこの力を授かった。
Wonder when we'll get twice as a servant. Maybe one day.
見るがいい。ボンピャクのサーバントよ。ムーンセルがその蔵書から私に与えた救いの姿を。
Knowing how the like timeline of production for FGO servants is, they've probably had artwork and voice lines ready to go for twice for like 10 years. I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to introduce him. Oh man, the audio is glitching out bad here. Hello, savior, whatever we go with. Damn, twice relax, the audio doesn't like you. It really doesn't. If it is for the purpose of creating the path mankind will follow to Dharmata and thus to enlightenment, then I will come forth to grant salvation to all things, and guide them with the might of my Vajra. I don't remember what Savior's voice sounds like. So I'm just going with neutral. Twice is taking all the RAM power. He is. I think neutral suits him. Yeah, I feel like. Oops. The only time we'll ever see this class. Yeah. The words of my servant serve to encourage me. And in the end, Twice was right about one thing. There are some things that conflict can help to grow. And the most important to me is the bond that now exists between me and my servant. Regardless of the strength of the enemy or the consequences failure will have on the future, I won't back down. I will face this one last battle with the one who has been with me from the beginning by my side. Finally!
この戦いをもって私の聖杯戦争は完結する。
Rin, you're up. Go! Okay. Let me do that, because that was a lot of dialogue.
愛すべき勇者に捧げよう。
Aww.
その情熱をここで断ち切る。人の業を持ったまま人の業を愛した暴君よ。君の剣はここで折れる。
共に勝利を。
Twice is a man of many things, and Yapper is the biggest one. Yeah. Oh my god, how much HP does Savior have? Holy shit. Okay. So, if I've got your pattern right, you start with a skill. And then it's the same attack all the way through? Ow! That was a damaging skill! Oh no! Oh! Ah! Shit! Okay, so that was very different from the first turn.
ここで終わりか。
It's gotta be 1 million. It's definitely not that high. One of those things he has back there turned red. Ow.
オリンピア・プラウデール、門を開け、独唱の幕を開けよう。
100k or 50k? You more believe 50k? Yeah. We'll see. Skill seal. Fine, I can live with that. Why is another one of those things lighting up? Don't like that. Chat, do you guys think we can make it through this fight? First try? Okay, I thought I was about to eat my words mid-sentence. Why do I feel like we're about to be obliterated? Yeah, we'll see. Ha ha ha! Check the HP. Oh boy. It's lower than 50k? Surprising. Why did you light up again? Don't do that. That worries me. Oh no. 34,760. I see.
立ちなさい。まだ命がある。
共に勝利を。
I feel like if we're careful, we can do this first try. Went for HP and learned things you shouldn't have. Oh no! That is the danger of looking things up. Oh, he's getting a little bit of HP back.
全力で来たまえ。
No! Stop lighting up!
任せるがよい。
Wait, okay, so it's like orange, red, pink, purple. What is the next one gonna be? Blue, and then green, and then yellow for the one in the center? Is that what it's gonna be?
よい、始めよう。
I feel like when they fill up, that is possibly when he will use his Noble Phantasm. Pro's really doing count your days. Yeah.
立ちなさい。まだ命がある。
I'm going to use one of those. And also, I should really use that.
任せよ。
その目も耳も不要。
Oh, screw you!
動くな。
Jerk. There's the blue. How many turns was this? I don't know. I wasn't counting. Oh shit. Okay, there's green.
見せ場だな。
Okay. Let's get that. Pro, relax, it ain't that deep. Oh, hold on. Oh boy. Okay. Bruh. 2 skills and a code cast. 3 skills and a code cast. 4 skills and a code cast. He used all 4 of his skills in this round. Oh, jeez. And there's the, Noble Phantasm symbol flashing in the corner. Twice you're cheating. Fuck off. Fuck off. Ref, do something! Oh my god. With the animation screwing up. This animation is too much. Bruh. Okay, so I have to kill him before that fills up. Got it. Bro crashed your Twitch.
その情熱をここで断ち切る。人の業を持ったまま、人の業を愛した暴君よ。君の剣はここで折れる。
Okay. Let's see how this goes. Need to be a bit more aggressive. Oh no. Kinda hate this. As soon as we get our Noble Phantasm, we spam the shit out of our skills. Jesus Christ. Oh no. Oh no. Ugh. God damn it. Okay, I need to get up for a minute. 1 second. Okay, I return. Had to feed the cat. Where's the ref when you need him? We know twice is cheating. Where's a ruler when we need one?
始めようマスター。
この戦いをもって私の聖杯戦争は完結する。
Where's Jean when we need her?
勝者よ。そなたに我が最後の勝利を。我が剣のすべてを。よい、始め。
Hello, Sriska! Welcome, welcome! This is our final boss. Savior or Saver. It's the Buddha. We are fighting the Buddha.
立ちなさい。
This game, man. This series. Let me pop that.
よい、始めよう。
And he's cheating. This is a timed battle. We only have a certain amount of turns to defeat him. So we must play aggressively. Ow. With that much HP too.
炎上するぞ。
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, as soon as we get our Noble Phantasm, we pop it and we spam skills like crazy. Ow. And he heals. That's the part that feels unfair. Bro heals. Fuck you. I will say, if we don't manage to get this tonight, use that. But yeah, if we don't manage to get this tonight, then I will go back into the arena and train up a bit.
奏者よ、この剣そなたに捧げよ。
Ow.
行くぞ、ラウスセントクラウン。 世の出番だな。ロサイクル。
Man, spamming the skills really isn't helping much. Not as much as I had hoped, anyways. Actually, I feel like he's gonna ban me from skills again there, so... Much further than before. That is true. He's only on the red one right now. Now he's on purple. But you know what? Still better than nothing. Still better than before. He's doing like a damage drain thing. Like, like, he heals a portion of the damage that he does to me. Oh no, wait, that's pink, not purple. It's fuchsia, it's magenta. Now it's purple. I don't know if we're gonna do it. He's totally gonna skill seal. And that's not enough to use the skill anyways, so. Oh shit, we got him down to red! Oh shit, it's showing numbers! Blue. We are not gonna get this in time. I can tell you right now, we are not getting this in time. Need to be hella aggressive. I mean, even if I'm super aggressive, there's only so much I can do. Shit. I got stunned. This might be a bad idea, but... Ah! Shit. Fuck. Oh no. I mean, we don't have many turns left. I feel as though I'm going to need to, go back into the arena and get up a few levels. Ow. That's what the guts is for. Get up, girl. Ow. Okay, no, I'm gonna heal. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're not winning this one. Okay, yeah. On the last turn, he does all 4 skills. And then twice I'll do a code cast. Yeah. I feel like if we just get up a few more skills, if we just get up a few more levels, it would be doable, but I'm not sure if it is currently. Like, it's just a little too far. That seems like it might not be a closable gap. I don't know. We'll give it one more shot tonight. This animation takes 1,000,000 years. Okay, one more shot tonight. And if not, I will get us, we'll say 5 levels. And then we'll try again tomorrow. How much MP do my items recover? For Hakuno? The best one, I'm not sure about. The medium one does like 200. Or not 200, 100, I think. And then, yeah. But, I don't have items that, recover Nero's MP. I have to use the code cast for that. And that doesn't recover as much as I would like it to. Let's try throwing in some skills before we get to the Noble Phantasm skill spam and just try to keep her MP topped up. Ah. Ow. Okay, that didn't go well. I think that's where we're gonna wrap this up, this stream. And I will get a few levels in tonight, but chat, don't leave just yet. I don't normally raid out, but this time I'm going to. we are going to be heading over to Games Done Quick. I am not sure what they're playing right now on GDQ. Let me check the schedule real quick. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. If you're not familiar, Games Done Quick is a speedrunning charity marathon. I am, as I have mentioned previously, volunteering as a chat moderator for the event this week. So, figured I'd send you guys their way to check out the stream. So, yeah, thank you to everybody who stopped by tonight. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Okay, maybe we're not rating GDQ, it won't let me. But, yeah, go watch GDQ, it's a fun time. It's not letting me, I don't know why. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.